What's up, guys? So I wanted to go live real quick and talk about Zeke Elliott. And the reason I wanted to go live real quick is because you never know when these things are going to end. You never know these holdouts. You never know when the opportunity is going to go away. And I think it's real important right now to talk about dynasty and existing redraft leagues that have already drafted. The opportunity to draft low and take advantage of Zeke Elliott falling in the 5 to 10 range. You have some people saying that they won't even draft Elliott at all right now. And while that's not the majority, it's a big chunk of people talking as if Zeke Elliott shouldn't be owned or no one's going near him. And I get it. We had probably one of the biggest fantasy football disasters ever happen last year in Le'Veon Bell. That situation was awful. It left so many people hanging, ruined a bunch of seasons. But you have to ask yourself, is the risk of not taking advantage of this buy low opportunity, is that as big of a risk as taking him? Are you missing out on an opportunity to absolutely destroy everybody in your league by taking Elliott at 5 to 10, 5 to 12 in your draft? It's just crazy. It's crazy that people aren't willing to take that chance. I'm willing to take that chance. I'm going to draft Zeke Elliott every time in any draft I have in the next upcoming, week or whatever. Now, could things change? Yeah. You guys, we got to live in a world where we need to adapt in terms of fantasy football news hitting us, injuries. Can I see myself changing my mind? Absolutely. But right now, I'm going to assume, yes, Richard, that Zeke will get paid, that they understand what's at hand. Jerry Jones is going to make this work. He's eventually going to. Jerry Jones does need to take a lap. This is going to happen. Zeke's going to get signed. And honestly, I think it's crazy to avoid Zeke. So I've done 2 drafts so far in the past 24 hours. And Zeke fell to 5 and he fell to 6, which is crazy. And with today's news is that there was a report out, source was ESPN, that said, hey, Zeke Elliott isn't going to play unless he gets a new deal. He's not going to play in 2019. And then the same report, it said that the odds of him really holding out or this going the distance is predicting that it's not going to happen. So the report had 2 things being said in it. But yet, if you go on Instagram, you go on forums, you go on news wires, everybody's talking about the negative part of that report, that Zeke says Zeke is not going to play in 2019 without a new deal. When that same ESPN report talked about how, in the end, they don't think a holdout's going to happen, or a full-on holdout. It's not going to spread into the 2019 NFL season. But everybody's only reporting on that one part, that Zeke is not going to play in 2019. People are freaking out right now, and you've got to take advantage of this via trade in Dynasty. You hear the bugs? Via trade in Dynasty, via trade in existing leagues that have already drafted where people are freaking out. I am hunting for a scooter right now. I'm downtown eating lunch, and I wanted to do this live in case this opportunity goes away. I mean, just like when I went on and said, hey, take Tyreek Hill and cuff him to Mecole Hardman, and everybody in the world thought Tyreek Hill was never going to play again in the NFL, and look what happened. That opportunity only lasted about a week, and I wish I had done more on that handcuff situation. I wish I would have went out and talked about that more and blasted it and beat a dead horse on it like I'm so good at doing, because that opportunity went away like that. And it sucked that a lot of people didn't get to take advantage of that. It's something that I was pushing for about a half a week to a week, and then it went away. I want to make sure I hit this topic a ton, because I think it will go away. This will all get fixed and resolved. Zeke Elliott will be back to being a top 1 to 2 overall player, just like he vaulted back up to number 1 in a lot of people's minds once the suspension news subsided and we realized the guy wasn't going to get suspended, it does suck that after all that, he puts us through this. So I'm not happy with Zeke. Zeke needs to take a lap. Jerry Jones needs to take a lap. Everybody needs to take a lap on this one. But bottom line is Zeke Elliott should be bought right now in Dynasty. Zeke Elliott should be bought right now in existing leagues where people that drafted him have buyer's remorse and they're willing to give away Zeke Elliott for a, late first round player that you drafted. Or maybe you can get rid of your second and fourth rounder and get Zeke Elliott and buy that two-headed monster combo you've been looking to shop for years and have never test driven. Time to go get Zeke. Go get him in drafts. Take the chance that the guy, am I telling you to go take a chance in every one of your leagues? No. Am I telling you that there's a 100% chance Zeke plays in 2019? No. But you have to be willing to take risks in fantasy football, and this seems like a damn good risk to take. I don't care if you got burned by Lev Bell last year. I did. I had him in a league and I got burned. But you still have to be willing to take risks in fantasy football if you want to take advantage of some monster opportunity. And this one is a monster opportunity. I would, again, as I said in the beginning, I would venture to say there is an equal amount, if not more, risk of not taking advantage of this situation than there is of Zeke holding out. Because you can argue, I don't want to take that risk. What about the risk of you not taking advantage of this opportunity? What happens 2 weeks from now when Zeke's back, everything's good, he's even playing in the last preseason game or two, or even the final one, whatever, and you could have had him at 7 to 10 overall value. You could have had him at number 12 overall value. You could have traded your wide receiver that you drafted at number 11 or 13 for Zeke Elliott right now from that owner that's freaking out, wanting to get rid of him. Now, Melvin Gordon seems like a little different. I'm still buying on Melvin Gordon at late second round value, but I am not taking him in the top 12. I'm not taking him in the top 14. Melvin Gordon is injury prone, and holding out concerns me a lot more with Melvin Gordon getting hurt because of that holdout than it does for Ezekiel Elliott. So, but I'm still in the business of buying low on Gordon if the price is right. So I will buy low in Dynasty. I will buy low in redraft where people have already bought and have buyer's remorse. Take advantage of these opportunities left and right. I think you're always smart to take advantage of these opportunities, and sitting back and worrying about it and sitting back and not playing the odds. And the odds are, and I know the odds have changed. I know Lev Bell changed the odds because the odds before were, hey, the guy's coming back, guys. Go get Lev Bell. Don't worry about Lev Bell. And Lev Bell proved us wrong. Lev Bell set a new potential trend. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe that was a one-off scenario that we'll never see again because it didn't work out too well for Lev Bell. And I think people are smarter than that. I hope they are. I think Zeke knows, hey, that didn't work out well for Lev Bell. I'm not going to do that to myself. I'm not going to put myself a running back that has 4 or 5, maybe, elite years. I'm not going to put myself in a position where I burn one of those years away thinking that, oh, the NFL teams are going to change and they're going to pay me. They're not. The NFL teams aren't going to change. The NFL teams aren't going to be strong-armed. They have a bunch of rookies coming in 2020. People are more than happy to scoop those up and start those guys. So don't think for a second that things are going to change because Lev Bell held out. Lev Bell unsuccessfully held out and missed millions and millions of dollars and is getting paid this year the same amount he would have got paid on his franchise tag last year, which was significantly less than what he would have made in year one of the deal, the last deal that the Pittsburgh Steelers offered him. Lev Bell's out millions. What a dumb move to hold out. And I don't think anybody's going to be advised. If anybody's getting advice from an agent, from whoever, that person's going to tell them you are an idiot if you hold out for the entire year. Because look what happened to the best running back in football. Lev Bell got him nothing. So I don't see a repeat here, and I'm willing to take the gamble and the chance, and I'm scooping up Zeke Elliott at every turn I can because it's going to be an amazing buy low opportunity, an amazing draft low opportunity. He will get paid. Yes, he will, Sand. I'm banking on it. I'll put a couple leagues on it, no question about it, no hesitation. Would I put every one of my leagues at risk on it? Probably not, because I wouldn't do that for any player. I don't like to have all my eggs in one basket ever. But I will tell you that I'd be more apt to put more leagues than normal on the line for something like this, because I think it could win me so many championships if I line up Zeke at that kind of value. 8 overall, 12 overall, 11 overall. Especially if you take a player like you drafted at like 12 or 13 and you package in something else and you get Zeke Elliott, absolutely no brainer. I take Camaro 1.01. That hasn't changed at all, ever, this offseason. Is Gordon going to Houston? I don't know. There's all kinds of rumors. I don't think a trade happens, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe the Chargers want to get out of this situation. I know that the teams don't like to be dictated to when you tell somebody you want to trade. It sets a bad precedent if you just give in. What's up? He could, Sand, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm not going to predict he won't get traded anymore. At first, that was my stance, but I kind of back off my stance of that Gordon won't be traded. I know teams don't like to be demanded to and dictated. They don't like the situation be dictated by the player. But in this scenario, they could maybe take some control back and say, hey, we want Gordon gone, and make a public statement, and maybe he ends up getting traded. Houston would be a fantastic fit. I think that'd be great. I don't think it's better than the Chargers. I think Melvin Gordon's in the best situation he could be in, but maybe not if the team doesn't want him there, and if he doesn't want to be there, and that leads to all kinds of craziness. Maybe it's better that he does go. They don't have to trade him. They control his rights. That's what I'm saying. I don't know that a trade's going to happen, but everybody keeps talking about it. I'm not going to rule it out, but I'm certainly not counting on it. But I just want to get on here and talk about this, make sure everybody knows that I'm all for going and getting Zeke Elliott. I'm all for drafting him at number 4 overall. I'm not letting him pass me at number 4. I'm not taking him at, and when I get him at 5, 6, 7, I'm like, yes, this is fantastic. And I'm scooping him up left and right in Dynasty and redraft, where people have already drafted and have buyer's remorse. That's my spiel. I wanted to get it out there. I appreciate all of you. I'm going live tonight and doing a real followers league, subscribers league. We've got all 12 spots locked in. We're going to draft at 8:30 p.m. Pacific time, 11:30 Eastern tonight. Be there. It's a real league. We're going to play it out, and I want everybody there to follow along. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Ernie. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Sand. Thank you, My Ball. Thanks, Jake. I will see you guys later. Until next time, go get Zeke and buckle up.